All right, here we go. Okay, yeah. All right, I hadn't made a video in over a year, and made an update yesterday, and here I am again today, just like that. All right. So yeah, I briefly touched on this in yesterday's video and wanted to talk about it more. Went on a side tangent, whatever. I don't know whatever I usually do. So hopefully I don't do that in this video as well. But there's a goal. We're going down a path. Or I'm talking about Lamictal. All right, I'm gonna talk about why I got on Lamictal and why I got off of Lamictal, and just kind of what I dealt with and stuff. So some of the details are going to be a little murky. It's just, with milligrams and dates and some of the timeline, it's just, I'm going to do the best I can. So it's just it's a little murky, unless it's an NFL stat. Like a lot of things are a bit murky for me. Yeah, it's like, I know an NFL stat, but the events in my own life, I don't know. No. So anyway, here we go. So like I talked about yesterday, when I got on the Lamictal, all right, so here's the deal. So I was a few months off of the clonazepam, all right? And really having a tough time at that point. The acute withdrawal wasn't fun, but it was manageable for me, okay? As the months went on, that's when stuff got really tough, dude. The post-acute withdrawal is always the worst to me. That's just, even with opiates, I mean, yes, it can be really hellish for a week or something, but to me, it's like, I can go tuck away for a week or two or whatever. It's always the post. It's like, when's the energy going to come back, or when's the depression going to stop? When, blah, blah, whatever. And it just takes a long time to kind of iron stuff out. So anyway, so I'm in the thick of it, with the post-acute withdrawals from clonazepam, really. And I'm just desperate. So it's like, all right, my family's like, dude, you need to do something. Cause I'm working full time. I'm a father, I'm a husband. It's like, it's like, gotta figure this out and get it together. And anyway, so a lot of my family wanted me to go and check out a psychiatrist, see what they think, and see what they would want to give me or whatever. So anyway, so I go to this new psychiatrist, and I go in, and she diagnosed me bipolar, manic depressive, whatever. Which really didn't surprise me at all. But it runs in my family, whatever. And she's like, I want to start you on Lamictal, which is Lamictal, or Lamictal is the brand name, by the way. Yeah, Lamotrigine. It's a mood stabilizer. And I don't remember all of the details on how this medicine works. It's very strange compared to anything I've ever taken before. Yeah, check this out. When you start taking it, you have to take like extremely small amounts and like work your way up to it, because, well, one, if you're allergic to it or something, like, dude, you'll break out in this rash and like you'll basically like burn to death or something. I mean, it's like, I remember like reading, I was like scared to take it, kind of. Seriously, I was like, geez, like what if? Or if you just take too much too fast, like you can have effects like that. So I was kind of already like, man, I don't know. But like something I talked about yesterday, this is the truth. So after I go to the appointment, she prescribes me the medication. I'm sitting in the parking lot, and I remember just sitting in the parking lot and had the script, whatever. I got to go to the pharmacy and get this. And I just was like in my heart, God was like, this isn't the plan I have for you. It was seriously like, I knew it was crazy. Like I knew, like, she's like, you don't want to do this, Gabe. And I was just like, God, you know what? I'm gonna turn your voice down. I'm gonna turn Gabe's up. I'm gonna do what I was just so desperate, and I was a fool. I was an absolute fool. I'm not saying like if you take Lamictal, you're a fool at all. No, I'm saying I'm a fool because I didn't listen to God in that moment. God, it might tell you something different. I don't know. It's not written in the Bible. Thou shalt not take Lamictal. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that at all. It's a relationship, and in the relationship, I tuned out God. So anyway, there was in my heart, I knew like I knew I shouldn't go down that road. I don't want to go down that road. Oh man, I hope someone gets that reference right there. I don't want to go down that road right there. He's cleaning a car part. Okay. I love that. That's so freaking great. Anyway, So anyway, man, I'm 5 minutes in and I've barely gone anywhere. I'm so freaking sorry. Gosh dang it. So I get on. So anyway, I get on the Lamictal. I take little bits at a time, whatever, blah, 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 blah. We build up. I want to say it was like, I like topped out at like 200 to 300 milligrams of this stuff. She just kept wanting to give me more, you know. It's like, that's the thing. It's like, how you doing, Gabe? I'm like, I don't know. I still hate life. I still am depressed. I don't want to do anything. Da, da, da. I'm still struggling with anhedonia and whatever. Well, here, take more of this, take more of this, take more of this. And I will say, like, it did help some for a little bit. Like, it did. Like, it did help. I do remember, like, there are times where, I could feel it helping for sure. But then as time went on, like anything, like any effing medication, dude, I swear, like, I don't want to take anything like that. Like, I just don't, because I don't know, man, it's just like anything, like, I don't know, eventually, like, it's doing something to our bodies, our brains and whatever. And then eventually it's like, I just need more, or maybe you need to switch this or switch that. And I love my mom, she doesn't watch this anyway, but like my mom, like, dude, she's just always, well, she always wants me to get on an antidepressant, like my whole life. She's so like pro antidepressant, but she's always switching them and doing this and upping this and it's like, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bring my mom into this. I shouldn't even have said that, but anyway, I'm not against antidepressants. I'm not against mood stable. I'm not, just for me, I'm sick of it for me. I'm just sick of it. And as you guys know, some of you might not know this, or I don't know, but like I took an antidepressant before and I got freaking serotonin syndrome. So that was hell. I don't never even want to, that was horrible. Anyway, so as the time went on with the Lamictal, dude, I felt freaking numb and emotionless. Now here we go though. Here's the thing. So, well, first off, yeah, it just wasn't helping obviously anymore anyway, but I just felt numb. I felt freaking numb. But it was kind of hard because I was still in benzo post-acute withdrawal, you know, and so there was this interesting dynamic of like, well, how much is that? How much is this? And that, you know what I mean? Like, so that was kind of, but I could just tell I wasn't even liking the way it made me feel. And then I was like, God dang it, you know, and oh yeah, real quick, how long was I on Lamictal total? About a year. I mean, I gave it a year. I really gave it time and built up and, you know, take a little bit more and got to it. And then, you know, it's like, well, no, this is actually a therapeutic dose and you should try it for a while. It's got a pretty long half-life and all that crap. So anyway, so I went through the motions. I did the thing and I just felt like crap. I mean, I just, like I said, I just felt numb, emotionless, just not myself, dude. And I didn't like it. I did not like who I was becoming, and I was just getting further and further away from God. I just didn't care, you know. It was just like, and I was just like, man, I hated it. I'd tell my wife how much I hated it, but then I'm just like, you know, especially after I'd been on it for like months and, you know, and then it's like 8 months, 9 months. It's just like, I'm just like, God dang it. I got to get off this. Not, you know, it's like, yes, it's not 9 years or 12 years of taking it like other stuff I've gotten off of, but it's still just like, damn it, you know? Well, I mustered up the courage. I just got fed up and I just tapered, however Gabe tapers. I don't know specifics at all, but I know this one fact, because this is just almost always how I operate. I tapered faster than my psychiatrist was telling me to taper, which might be good, might be bad. I don't know. You take it for what it is. I mean, be careful, by the way, just be careful tapering off benzos. All right. Just want to, well, Lamictal, you can have seizures too. So I was very aware of that. And that was another thing. It's like, wait, so, I mean, really, like it was just a circle jerk. It's like a catch-22. It's like, wait a minute, I don't want to be on benzos because, you know, it's like I could have if I run out, or I'm a slave to it. I'm dependent to these, and they're dangerous if you don't have it. It's like, well, it's just funny, like the stigma that like the benzo gets, but like the psychiatrist is like, oh, benzo's bad. Lamictal, good. Qutopin, yes, dude. I'll talk about Qutopin another time too. But it's like some of this other stuff they want to give you. It's like you look it up. It's like, well, this is actually really bad for you. You know, it's like, what is the difference here? You know, it's just it's all the same crap sometimes. You know, it is how I feel. I mean, if I have to take it to not have a seizure, what in the shit am I doing? Sorry, excuse my language there, but like, seriously, what the shit? Like, I mean, so that was another thing. And I'd tell that to my mom and my wife, and, you know, because they'd be like, no, you know, don't just get off it. I mean, if it's helping, and well, it wasn't helping. And then it got to a point where, because I would go on these tangents even before it really was making me not feel good. I just knew in my heart, it was just like, well, what am I doing? What is the point to all this? Why not just get back on this then, if that's the case? I mean, if I have to take this to not have a seizure or feel like crap, then whatever. So I taper. Sorry if this video sucks, all right? So I taper and I get off of it. And again, you know, the benzo stuff, post-acute withdrawals that I'm dealing with at that point. You know what's funny is I don't even know how long I've been off of Lamictal. I really don't know. I just did it like months and months and months ago. I don't know, maybe I've been off of it a year, maybe 9 months. I really couldn't tell you for sure. Gosh, I really don't know for sure. I think it's probably closer to 9 months. I don't think I've been off of it a year. I took it for about a year. I've been off of it 9 months, we'll say ish. All right. And I remember this is another crazy thing. So, what's this channel called? There's a website and then they have a YouTube channel. It's like alternatives to meds or something like that. Anyway, and I listen to this guy sometimes. It's interesting, dude. It's actually, oh man, I wish I knew the exact name of it so you guys could go check it out. There's some good stuff there. But anyway, I remember he was saying with Lamictal, one of the things is, oh yeah, I think like you want to avoid, is it aspartame? Is that what it is? Is that what it's called? What's the diet stuff in diet? Like soda and stuff. You want to like avoid that for certain reasons. I can't remember the details of that. Anyway, but I remember him saying something that would help with the withdrawals was CBD, high doses of CBD, which I got the CBD, and then gabapentin. And I wasn't taking gabapentin. I was actually really good. Like I'd stopped taking it and I was doing really freaking good. And I was like, well, I totally have access to gabapentin. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I'll grab some gabapentin for this. Well, then that kind of turned into, well, what I'm dealing with now. You know what I mean? Not dependent on it at all, but just dabbling too much. Anyway, so, but anyway, so I did that. Here's the deal. Because the withdrawal symptoms, like I brought up seizures, like it's like anhedonia, anxiety. It's all very similar to a benzo in ways. To be honest with you, like I was already feeling that. So when I got off of it, I just was feeling how I was feeling before I got on the Lamictal, and kind of even how I was on the Lamictal, to be honest with you. I mean, like I said, like the Lamictal helped some for a while, and then it totally didn't. And then they just always were like, we'll take more. It's like, well, yeah, then what happens when that doesn't help? And then that does, I mean, it's just like, I was just done. I was over it. But to be honest with you, like, I don't know how bad it was really, because I was just already in hell, seriously, like just feeling like crap all the time. And I guess maybe it made things harder for me for a little while, like a month or something. I don't know. I really don't even know. And I know this is just the information, the info. This is the info. Like, that was just my experience with it all. And you know, there's people, that's the thing, dude, you get on Reddit, dude. That was the other thing, is I was doing my own research and reading stuff, and it was like, ooh. I mean, there's people that really going through hell getting off Lamictal, you know, Lamotrigine, and I didn't want that, you know. And so I just kind of winged it and did it Gabe's freaking weird little way, I guess. But yeah, it wasn't fun, but like I said, I was feeling like garbage anyway. So, but yeah, it just made me feel like a zombie. It made me feel so numb to everything. I was emotionless. I mean, emotionless. It just sucked. I mean, it really, really sucked. I mean, my wife, if she was here right now, she'd be like, oh, he hated it. I mean, I bitched and complained about that stuff all the time to her. And so anyway, I don't know if this video was any good at all. But anyway, V for victory, God bless, and salute.